I'm just thinking, should I sit there and you here?
No, because this is my good side.
You still be sitting the same side?
No, because I'll be looking at you like that. That's not my good side. This is my good side.
Oh. How do you work out what's the good side and bad side?
Because if I take a picture, so if I take a picture on this side, I look really good. If I take a picture on that side, I look like a whole different person.
Really?
Yes.
That's so strange.
But it's very true. You'll probably, if you take as many pictures of yourself as I do, you probably notice you have a good side and you have a bad side.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right?
Okay.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah, told you.
Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, hello, my name is India. I run British Beauty by India here on YouTube. This is a random video, but if you do take a scroll through my videos, you will see that I am predominantly a beauty channel. Before we get into this, I have a quick disclaimer. I'm sorry, it's boring. I actually have a couple, but we're going to hit this one first. This video is in no way in association with Playboy as a brand, Playboy Club London, nor is it also in association with Caesars UK or Caesars Entertainment USA. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, that's fine.
Something like that. This is simply just us. This is our opinion and our opinions only. So today we have a guest star. This is Julian. He is my fiance, father of my child, partner in crime. You best believe he'll probably be next to me digging the grave.
Yes. Yeah,
so today's video is the outcome of you guys, really. I have spoken quite a lot about Playboy. I will link my playlist up here if you guys are interested. This is not the first one. And I know I have spoken plenty of times that me and Julian do indeed work together. A lot of you are interested in what guys do when they work at Playboy. Okay, so I will let Julian answer the most obvious, the most asked basic questions first. And then we will get on to the more out there questions. You guys were absolutely fucking savage, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so before we go on, I do want to thank all of you who took the time out to send me a message. I know it was a long time ago, I do really appreciate that. The questions that Julian's going to answer now, I was nice. I sent him the questions beforehand so he could think about the answers to them. So it wasn't so much of a putting him on the spot kind of situation. But anyway, I will take a back seat now because truly, really, this is his stage. Unfortunately, it's not about me today. Shall I mention this as Julian? Okay, so first question.
Yes.
What is your job at Playboy?
So my job at Playboy is I'm a gaming supervisor. So basically what that entails is looking after the customers, looking after the games, or watching the games should I say, and making sure that they're dealt open and fair. That's the major thing for us. And yeah, just basically running the floor as well. The gaming floor, that is, or you sometimes have to do that, but it's just kind of a supervisor, so I'm just making sure everything on the gaming floor is okay. That's what we do. That's the gaming supervisor.
Yeah. Role. In other words, it is a casino first and foremost. I think a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
It's not all fun and games. By far.
Yeah.
Well, not for us anyway. How long have you been there?
I've been there since 2014, I believe. Yeah, nearly 7 years now.
This was a good question actually. I like this one. How did you get into it?
Yeah, well, it's quite a funny story actually, because obviously when I was young, working in casinos and being any form of, well, anything around gambling really, just wasn't in my radar. Absolutely not. I was always playing football when I was growing up. I played football until I was, well, full time until I was 20. So.
Toot toot.
It's the story. It's the
no, I know. I'm sorry.
So I've got to say it how it is. So yeah, it wasn't in my radar. So when I stopped playing full-time football, I needed a job that I could still play football and earn some money. I had to find a job. Mum was putting the pressure on. One of my friends, close friends, family, he was already working in a casino, and he said like they're quite flexible. It was very flexible back then.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not flexible now.
Yeah, it's kind of
not
changed
flexible now.
Full circle really. But I needed a job that's flexible so I could still play football. Obviously went from playing full-time to semi-professionally, so I needed something that could accommodate that. My mate said come in and do it, so I went in. I done an interview. Funny enough, the manager interviewed me that day. He's a Chelsea supporter. I'm Arsenal, and they were playing each other that day, and he said to me, if Arsenal beat Chelsea today, he said you ain't getting a job. So
that's really nice.
I was like, okay, right. So I'm kind of trying to do my interview.
It's not discrimination at all.
No, not at all. Trying to do my interview as well as keeping one eye on the screen to see what the score was and see what's going on. And lucky enough for me, we drew the game 2-2, and he was like, okay, right, so you got the job, and that was it. So I started in another casino, which is closed down now, Golden Nugget.
Still part of the same company.
Same company, yeah, same. It was run by London clubs back then, and it was to start it from there really, and it was very flexible, so I could still play football.
It's quite lucrative though back then as well. I mean, it's not lucrative. I don't want to ever detract from the seriousness of our job. However, you don't need to be qualified, and obviously the pay is
yeah, that was
good.
something that was obviously attractive to me as well. Attractive for me was the pay. But I was living at home, paying my mum rent, and I was, I had a lot of excess money. So it was one of them jobs where I walked into, didn't have to have much, a bit of mathematics was a background, but they teach you the basics of mathematics that you need. So I needed, very little qualifications. So that was another thing which helped out.
I don't think you need any qualifications. I've never had to.
No, there's not a degree or something you need, a diploma or something. You don't need nothing like that. So no, that's not required. No. But you do need, character. So yeah, that's how I got into it really. And then 18 years later, I'm still doing it. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of change. When I started in the business, it was tough, it was challenging. The games where I started, it was only like £1 tables and £5 blackjack. Yeah, it is challenging. Yeah, but back then I was thrown in. I worked in Soho, so it was very fast, frantic kind of atmosphere. So you had to be quick on your toes. Basically, it was a very good learning casino.
The majority of casino workers, though, come from that background.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very different from Mayfair, which is obviously what Playboy is.
You wouldn't hire someone with less than 2 years, really. If you did have less than 2 years, got a job, you were lucky.
We're getting way off piece now. Do you like it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I did. I sort of answered that.
Yeah, you do like it, obviously.
Yeah, there's a family environment. I think I fitted straight into that. So that's something I loved about it.
The ways that we work are very unsociable. So
very unsociable hours.
You hang out with the people you work with, and that's kind of it, really. So you become very close to your colleagues. Yeah. You ready for the next question?
Yes, I'm ready.
If I wanted to work there as a guy, how?
Alright, so Playboy it's a bit tricky. As a guy, it is not easy to get a job there. If you want to work in the gaming department, if you want to work in other departments, as in back of house or kitchen, it's very much easier. It's actually male dominated actually. But on the gaming department, it's very tough because we literally have one male dealer per rota. And there's seven rotas, so we've got 7 dealers basically. As you step up to my role, it's a bit different. I would probably say that we actually are the predominant sex in my role, so that you have got more male gaming supervisors than female. I think there's only, if I can think about it now, off the top of my head, there's only 2 or 3 female gaming supervisors. And
that's because they try to keep us in our fucking costumes.
There's 8 or 9 male gaming supervisors, so yeah.
No, they don't like promoting us bunnies. Hand on heart, this was exact words. Bunnies are unicorns. Yeah. Girls that can have the look and also have the personality is like finding a unicorn in London.
Yeah, no, it is very tough.
That's word by word.
Okay, I'll say my opinion now, please.
No.
Thank you.
It's not about you.
No, yeah, of course not, yeah. So, it is very tough because you've got to find someone that looks the part, and they've got to be able to act the part as well. The castings for bunnies is very unique, very different.
I have actually a video on that.
Yeah, it's very different, very unique.
It's not what you expect as a dealer, is it, actually?
That's right.
When you're a dealer, that is definitely not what you think your table test is going to be, but again, I have a video on that.
So it is very different. But as a guy to work in the gaming department, yeah, it's very hard. You've got, as much as you've got to know how to deal with the games, which is very big at the Playboy and Mayfair, they've got to have the personality to go with it as well.
But it's the same with every department, well, bar back of house to a certain extent, but if you were to work in the restaurant or the bar, it is customer facing, so its personality speaks the loudest.
Yeah, it's a massive thing. It's a massive push from Caesars as well. Once we got taken over by Americans, they were big on customer service, and that is a massive thing for us now. A lot of training's gone involved. If you come for an interview now,
that's all that matters.
Your customer service is going to be just as much as you can, what you can do dexterity wise and deal. Your personality will be scrutinised as well. So how, like I said, it's timing, it's luck as well. Time is the biggest thing because we don't have openings for men on a regular basis, so it's kind of just keeping your ear to the ground really, and when the opening comes up, make sure you put your application in and try and get an opportunity. It's very tough. It's not easy.
You've got to be prepared to come in singing and dancing and not happy.
Yeah, you've got. That's right. They want to see personalities. They want to see how you act in a position where you're not so comfortable. So it's not just sitting there answering questions. Just like get up and sing a song or dance or.
I really don't think they're going to do. They don't really do that with guys, though. Do you? Did you have to do the singing telegram when you applied? No. My
situation when I come to Playboy was very different because it was we closed. The casino closed, so it wasn't the same. It was literally.
Yeah.
We got table tested.
That's true.
But yeah, you would have to do a table test as well. That's something that we'll have to do. Yeah. I'm only speaking gaming department, not other departments, obviously.
They're coming in as a waiter, then they're going to ask you what 17 times 45 is.
Yeah, you won't get that. But so that's another thing as well. There's a certain maths you've got to know as well, and that is your times tables. So that's your 5, 8s, 11s, 17s, and 35 times table. You need to know them 1 to 20.
And 33s.
33s, yeah, that can kind of get taught to you though. That's a poker thing, isn't it?
Currently speaking, we don't have any openings whatsoever. However, depending on when you are watching this video, there may very well be a link down below to our recruitment website, which is where all our jobs are posted, whether it's kitchen, front of house, reception, bunnies, dealers, everything, drivers, everything will be posted on there. So that will be down there if and when it happens. So before we get on to the other questions, I do want to do yet another disclaimer here. Some of these questions could be seen as derogatory. So if they do offend you, I am genuinely sorry. Please understand that this is obviously just a bit of fun. Just because I have included these questions does not mean in any way that I condone that kind of behaviour, because obviously I don't. However, I'm not going to get on my feminist high horse for a little bit of boy talk. But yes, this is just a little bit of fun. I don't want anyone to get all their like feminist knickers in a twist and shit like that. It is chill, this is calm, this is just boy to boy. Let's just keep it as it is. It's nice, it's light-handed, and it is just fun. But also, you have to remember, no matter what anyone thinks, women run this show. Okay? Hef would not have gotten where he was if his magazine was all about fruit. Okay? Let's be real. It is women and it is women dominated, yeah? Playboy exists because of us women. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to say. This is reaction time. Julian has had no previous help with any of these questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this was so funny. I love this one. Are you ever asked to dress up as a bunny? I don't think my ego could take that.
Well, here's my own personal disclaimer. When I found out that they got extra money from points, I asked to be in a bunny dress. That was my thing. I was like, can I put a pair of heels on and put some makeup on and get out there? I've never been asked to be put in a bunny outfit. I've actually asked to put in a bunny outfit because I wanted the extra money. But yeah, no, unfortunately not.
There's a couple of times where I wanted to put you guys in bunny ears and stuff, because they do an inter casino football tournaments, don't you?
Yeah.
So I think obviously the Playboy football team should don the ears. At the very least.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got none of the boys in.
Oh yeah, this is very sweet. I quite like this. Well, it's not sweet, it's a bit weird, but it's funny. Anyway, so what is it really like to work in a casino as a guy? Do you get old women pervs? Yes, they do, I can say that.
Yes, definitely. Obviously where we work in Mayfair, people have got a bit more money.
You can get sugar mamas like that.
We can get, we have seen some rich older ladies offer us some nice things, yeah. So yeah, we have had offers in the past. Yeah, I'll say that. That's what I was saying. I can't say much more than that.
Yeah, I am going to throw these ones in because they were multiple time asked. How do you control yourself around that many women?
God, yes.
Only think with their dicks.
I know, yeah, right.
Obviously.
We ain't really got a brain anywhere else apart from downstairs. How do you concentrate? I'll be honest, when I first started...
How do you control yourself?
Control? Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. Control's easy.
Is it?
Like I'll say, when I first started there, it was very tough because obviously I weren't used to being in a environment like that. It was predominantly women, 80 to 85% women. So obviously it was like, what, I could see bunny costumes everywhere, so my neck was like, what? Oh my god, oh god, oh god. Once you get over that stage and you see them in a bunny outfit.
All men go through this stage.
All men go through this stage, of course. Get to know the girls and you realise that actually,
shut up.
Alright, she might have a pretty face, but Jesus, nothing's coming out of her mouth. So once you realise that, it's very easy to control yourself. But yeah, no, at first it is a thing. It's the truth. And once you're in that environment, you get used to seeing it. I suppose it's like walking into your work every day.
Yeah, our customers get used to it as well. They couldn't give a flying fuck about our costumes. Yeah. To be honest with you, you can always tell the tourist from the gambler.
Yeah. So you get used to it. It's just something you get used to, unfortunately. But yeah, it's very easy to control yourself.
So, do men get tips and can I keep them?
Do men get tips? Yeah, of course we get tips. You know, it's not just women that get tips. One of my most famous tips. I got a tip for a gentleman because I remembered his name and remembered what football team he supported, and went into a conversation just casually about his team, and he was like, "Wow, you remembered my team. Here you go." And yeah, it's just, you know, it's about your presentation, about how you are with customers and how you are people. You need to be people's people to work in a casino. Playboy's very much a small, more personal
Because it's
casino.
members only as
It's
well.
a members only place, so you have to be more personal.
And also, don't even get, like, just because the girls can get more tips, it's because obviously we're predominantly more dealers, and it's a casino first and foremost. So we're not getting tips on our tits. We're getting tips because they've won money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the biggest tips you've ever seen is because we've handed out a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's not really about our boobs. How do you put up with that many girls? Are they hard to handle? That would break me.
Oh
I'm not
God.
going to speak right now.
Well, yeah, you can keep quiet. Yes, that is hella. That is hella difficult at times. When I first started inspecting, obviously that means I'm face to face watching the games. So yeah, when you're dealing with the customers and you're dealing with the staff member, the bunny, depending on what kind of mood she's in, or what kind of day this could be, or time of the month it could be, or what's just happened on our phone call on a break, you can get a very different bunny dealer. So
Experience.
you kind of have to understand quickly where she's at and what kind of mood she's in. I'm not saying they're all moody all the time, it doesn't work that way, but you just have to be prepared for most outcomes and most moods, because, you know, yes, women can be very emotional creatures, as we know, and we love them for it, don't we, men? But yeah, you have to be prepared for that. I've always said this, as a good inspector and as a good supervisor, you have to be able to acknowledge and speak to dealers individually and personally, because they are very different. They come different, just like everyone does. You know, humans are different, so you have to understand. Some dealers need, you know, a good kick up the bum, and other dealers need just an arm around them. So you've got to know how to treat them individually.
Because you are a team at that point.
You are working together. You know, if a mistake happens, you're both in the firing line. Us more so, because obviously you are both in the firing line. So the communication and your relationship needs to be,
Unless
you know,
you're quick,
good at that point.
No one notices the mistake.
No one knows the mistake. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've had one big mistake.
No, we haven't.
Together, because we got it back, and no one ever found out.
Yeah.
I have never leapt across that table faster than Julian was like, "How much money did you just pay out?"
Yes. That's happened a few times.
Well, between me and you once.
Yeah.
You are definitely a team, I may say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you can be a couple, and you can be in a personal fight.
You can be. Yeah, you can just have a row before you got on the gaming floor.
Yeah.
And you got to go and work with that person.
And you will always be put with that person.
Oh,
okay,
Jesus.
you'll never. When me and Julian are our happiest, Julian will be. I won't see him all night.
All night, yeah.
And we've just had an absolute Barney in the car on the way to work. That's when we are together.
Yeah.
The entire night.
So you need to be professional. When you walk through the door, you've got to put on this facade. So yeah, you've got to be able to do that. That is definitely something that's important. And yeah, professionalism, just leaving it at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can make their life a living absolute fucking hell.
Yeah.
Which is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a rude one. I do apologise, ladies. If there's so few guys, do you get your pick over the bunnies? Because women don't get a choice in the matter.
Well, no, I don't think that was necessarily meant that way, was it?
I
question?
actually know who. I know who asked this question.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't meant that way. Do you get pick of the choice? No, of course you don't. Of course you don't. It's like anywhere else.
The other person has to
the
say
other person has to. Yeah, they have to agree to it. Casinos in general are places that you not get couples that do work in the same business. If you're in a relationship with someone that's not in a casino, you know, your unsociable hours will come into play, and they're not necessarily understanding of, you got to sleep till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, what the hell are you doing? You do get a lot of couples that do end up together who work in that same environment. If you're not a shift worker, very hard to get someone to understand that you're getting in at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And they're going to work.
And you're going to, and they're probably leaving to go to work, their normal job.
Yeah.
And you're having to get in at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and sleep till 4 or 5 o'clock the next evening. It's very tough for someone to understand.
Well, it's not really understand. It's like just a normal relationship, though. It's very hard to work it out because we also work weekends.
Yeah.
So you're not really going to get a day off with them till 6 months, and that's like if you get rolling rotors.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not with you.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough gig sometimes. But do you get pick of the choice? No, I mean, no, not really. It's the same as everything else. It's got to work out, right time, right place, and they've got to obviously want to know as well. So yeah.
I know you're thinking something completely different.
What do you think I'm thinking about?
Yes, you do get the pick of the bunch. Of course you do.
Well,
You're one man to like 20 women.
If you look like me, no.
That's what you are thinking, I know.
Nah.
This is very sweet.
Oh.
It is very cute. Did you get a confidence boost when you got the job there?
Did I get a confidence boost? No, I don't think I did.
You're such a liar. You were walking around being like, yeah, I'm Hef.
I'm Hef. Yeah, I did actually change my name to Jules Hefner. No, I didn't. I did actually.
You did? I know you did.
So yeah, a confidence boost. Yeah. No, I didn't really. Confidence. Did I get confidence boost? No, actually I didn't. I'll tell you why. I didn't because I was walking into an environment that I didn't know, I didn't understand. It was very foreign to me. I come from a place where the action was a lot, but it was small money. So I was walking into an environment where money was bigger, customers I didn't know. It was a very much more personal environment. So no, I don't think I did get a confidence boost. It took me a while to adjust.
Mayfair comes with its own connotations in that world though.
Yeah.
Mayfair's notoriously known for being...
Kind of getting back to that relationship we're talking about. So the relationship with the inspector was key, and that was helped my confidence, because if I knew that they were standing there and watching me, which they were, they told me what to do, and that helped my confidence. But when I first got there, no, I was completely out of my depth really. I'd been there actually a few times on away days before it was called.
We've got low staffing levels. We bring staff in from other casinos.
Yeah, so we've got three. We've got three. At the time, we had 4 casinos in London. So if there was staff down from one place, you would get sent to another one, and that was called an away day. So I'd been there before. It wasn't called Playboy. It was called Rendezvous back then. So I knew what I was actually walking into. So that helped as well a little bit. But I wasn't confident, no, because knowing what I was going to get into, it's very hard to not feel overwhelmed, because I remember when I went there on an away day, customers were just completely rude. So I was expecting to get shouted at and thing that, and I did at first. It was still that environment, and I had to kind of bite my lip and get over the idea of I can't say nothing back, and they're losing a head of a lot of money, and all this kind of other
nastiness.
This hierarchical.
It's not like that now, though. We're very much in control of the customers now that they were in control of us, because they had to. Because Mayfair came with an awful backstory. Like
the culture's changed a lot in our place.
Oh, this is nice. Because you work with so many women, would you say you're more in touch with your feminine side since working there? Don't lie, because I know he knows how to do a good contour now.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's a lot more feminine energy and environment in there. So you do get in touch with your feminine side a lot more. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Well, this was a good one. I actually enjoyed this. This is the last question, by the way. What is your worst experience with a girl while working there? Now, I want to know this answer.
Worst experience with a girl working there?
Yeah, it's a hard one, because I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
I've had, when dealing with a customer, I've had some of the bunnies say certain things to the customer, and then the customer says certain things back to that bunny, and she's just having a bar of it. So having to get in between the dealer, shouting at the customer, and the customer shouting at the dealer is probably the hardest, toughest thing to deal with, because you've got to pacify the situation. You've got to get the dealer off the table before she loses her job, basically, because you do have to be careful what you say. Obviously, it's a customer-facing business. You can't really tell a customer to F off, and expect to keep your job. It just won't happen. You can't. You can't. So yeah, that was probably the toughest thing I've had to deal with.
Should we ask for story time?
What?
Tell us the story.
What story?
That story that you're talking about.
I did, but I went into it without giving too much detail around.
Well, you can give details, just no name dropping. Or you can name drop to me, but I'll edit it out. Get comfy.
No, it ain't going to be a long story. It ain't going to be a big story. Like I said, it was just literally a customer was getting upset and irate before, and there's a certain amount of tolerance we have to part with. So we have to go through that. Some dealers can't. Some dealers' tolerance level is up there. Some dealers won't say anything to a customer that says whatever. Some dealers' tolerance is down there. And on this day, on occasion, this moment, this customer kept on throwing bets at this dealer. And I'm not saying who it was.
Obviously, I'll edit it out. Just tell me who the customer is.
No.
Are you mad?
So later.
Oh, fucking hell.
So yeah, the customer kept throwing bets, and then his numbers weren't coming in. So he then started swearing at the dealer, and he was like, "What the f is wrong with you?"
Because what is the fuck wrong with you? Why are you not spinning 17 when I'm asking you to spin 17?
Yeah, there was that going on, and basically after the third or fourth time, the dealer just kind of went, "You know what? Basically don't talk to me that way." That's a nice way of putting it. Like, I'm not here for that. And then he retaliated, said like, "Who do you think you are? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?" And that was it. She just went, she's like, "Who am I talking to?" And she went into a big rant. And that was when I was like, "Okay, right, you stop talking, sir.
Stop talking."
Yeah. I'll come away from the table a minute, let me speak to you separately. I quickly kissed up and was like, "Get this dealer off here." I had to deal with the customer. But so yeah, it was just an accumulation of.
Was it changeover?
I don't know what was going on, but I mean, yeah, he was being abusive. He was being rude. Like I said, there's a level of tolerance of Playboy. You got to put up with that, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, because a lot of the time it's not personal anyway.
No, it's not.
You always know the difference of the customer, whether they bang the tables and they get aggressive. It's not actually towards you. It's just towards the game.
Yeah.
But then there are customers who will get personal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get to know the customers quite well, and some dealers like certain customers and they don't like other customers. So even before that customer maybe has come to that dealer's table, they already have an opinion about that person. So if there's someone walks in and they go, "Oh, I can't stand this guy, he's da 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 da," straight away she's going to have her back up about it. And so that's very hard to have to already prepare yourself for something might happen here because this dealer doesn't like this customer, and vice versa. The customer might not like the dealer.
Yeah, but it's easier when they don't like you, they swap you out. But obviously, if you don't like them, you can't. Well, no, that's not true. A lot of the time, if there's certain issues going on, you can get swapped out yourself.
Yeah.
Speaking from personal experience, have been asked to obviously swap and have just gone, "You know what, can't deal, you got to get me off this table." Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Well, I've never really honestly, in the grand scheme of things, from the stories that I've heard, I've never really seen anything really bad.
Yeah, no, cool. I've seen players rip up the cards. I've seen players try and pick up the tables. I've seen player throw a chair into a roulette wheel. I've seen
tables.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen quite a bit. And you just wouldn't, that person. You just think that behaviour.
Yeah, you should be embarrassed by yourself.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be. They wouldn't try and do that anywhere else in the whole world, But
no, but money
they
talks.
come in there.
They know.
Money talks, and they know what they can get away with. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a cultural thing. You either allow that kind of thing or you don't. It has changed from when I first started there to now. We're much less tolerant now.
You would never have a customer be allowed to throw a table. Or I don't even know how they fucking manage to throw a table. The things are like. Or
they know. This guy tried to pick it up. And the tables are super heavy. Yeah. So he weren't getting anywhere, but I saw the veins pop in his neck and his arms when he was going trying to pick the table up where he lost money. So
nutty.
Yeah, no, that was funny. End of the day, the customers get treated very well. We've got drivers that pick them up and drop them off, and we've
had drivers go out shopping for some customers. I've been stuck on tables for like 4 or 5 hours with a customer, and they've got a driver to go to like Boots for them to get whatever they needed from Boots and to come back and ordered in.
We picked money up for customers from their home and brought it back to them at the casino. There's loads of other stuff.
Don't get it twisted that we've had lovely customers who've done things for us. The 4 a.m. cheeseburgers. We have one customer who used to buy us. That was like literally the one thing you looked forward to because his game was atrociously difficult. But at least you'd get a good £quarter at the end of it because they'd give all the money to our drivers and they would go get us cheeseburgers and chips enough for the whole of the casino staff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we've got a customer who, bless them, always goes to Harrods and gets us Christmas presents.
Oh, yeah.
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 To end on a positive note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it been negative?
No, not negative, but we kind of went into how bad it can get. I just want to flip that and say how good it obviously can get.
Yeah. No, there's definitely perks as well. Both male and female get perks as well. The job.
We're allowed to get gifts.
Yeah, gifts. Yeah, we're allowed gifts and incentives. They call them.
Incentives to spin number 2 on the roulette wheel.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question, then?
No, this isn't about me.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I can't help but being centre of attention for a minute. It was supposed to be the both of us, but I swear down, I got one question. No one was interested in my opinion. They wanted to know about men because they'd never heard of men working in a Playboy before.
Yeah, it happens. It does.
So they went,
It is very different. The main thing I probably get is people think that Playboy Club London is like a strip club or something. So they think that we work in a kind of strip club environment, which is completely nonsense. It's nothing like that at all.
It's a very common misconception, that one is. I've probably said multiple times, and Julian has as well. Like, no one gives a shit about our costumes, to be honest with you. No one gives a shit that it's Playboy. It is a Mayfair casino, and that's it. People come to gamble, and they come to gamble hard. Okay, we get the odd tourist come in and they want to take a picture with a bunny or whatever, but seriously, that's few and far in between.
Yeah, I still think it's important to have Playboy as the brand, because it is a Mayfair casino. It does give us a little edge or a little niche. We've got a lot of celebrities come in, and a lot of well-known faces and actors and stars come in, and it is down to that.
We can't say anything. We're literally contracted. It's the most boring part of our job is that we can't say anything.
Yeah.
Because of the stories.
Yeah, just don't say nothing. Yeah, so we do, and that is probably down to the brand. These people have come in and because they want to see Playboy Club London. And there's not many. I think there's only 2 now in the whole world.
There isn't. We are the only one.
I'm sure there's the reopened one.
They reopened it and it closed.
Alright, so we're the only one in the whole world. So that's pretty big, and I think it's important that we do keep hold of the brand and keep it going like that, because it does put us separate from the other casinos in Mayfair.
It does. And let's be real, people like me that wouldn't have a job if we came to a normal casino.
Yes, you would.
I'm a bunny and a bunny owner.
Stop. You know your job. You know how to deal.
I do, unfortunately. Actually, no, right now, I don't.
Well, no, because obviously it's been a long time. But you will start riding the bike.
No, I can't ride a bike either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What was your question? What was your question?
What is it like? What is the positives and negatives of working with your partner in a casino of our magnitude? So what is it like having a partner in a Playboy where it's predominantly women, and what is it like obviously living and working with your partner?
I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I haven't threatened to kill a couple of girls. Oh God, when do you start not caring about that kind of stuff? At the end of the day, things like jealousy is very toxic. It's a very toxic feeling. It's like drinking your own poison. No one else is bothered by it than you are. So yeah, jealousy is not something that I put any attention or energy into. However, I think it's fair to say that I am very territorial to a certain degree. But then also, girls that we work with are my friends first and foremost, let's be real. If they had to choose between me and Julian, I'd like to think that they would choose me. Because they are. No, but we are.
Don't I like that one?
No, it's true. We work in very close proximity together, and this is obviously not talking just about the girls, this is everyone that we work with. I work with them 8 hours, or we used to work 8 hours with them 5 days a week. I saw them more than my best friend, I saw them more than my family. Connections are going to be formed, it's without, it's inevitable. No, nothing like that. I mean, like I said, there has been moments, but those are girls that I haven't known. They were just lucky that I wasn't even on the fucking continent at the time, to be honest with you. I was in South Africa. I don't think that was tricky. That's definitely not something I've ever felt trickiness about. Working with you, again, we get this question all the time, working with your partner. But like I said, if we've just had an argument, yes, I will quite literally work with him the whole night, but the majority of the time, I don't work with you, really. Do we? We did, obviously, when we first got together, we were not even on the same rotas, and then we got moved, we got asked to be, well, you came to my rota, because my rota's the best.
It's my originally
It wasn't, why do you always say this? It's my rota, it's always been, because you were there for what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
What?
It was my rota, fundamentally my rota. This is my rota. It's my rota.
It's not.
He came to my rota.
God.
I've forgotten the point of
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I was saying.
See, because you went off on this big rant about your rotor.
It's my rotor.
Rubbish.
And you started it by saying it wasn't. If you just agreed with me, like I
Okay.
say to you multiple
See,
times in life,
this is
just
what-
agree, and then we're nothing. Everything will be
This
fine.
is what I've learned as well, right? When you work within an environment with 85% of women,
Which we are
you learn-
85% correct.
you learn to say, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah.
And just because we worked in the same place does not mean I used to work with you. Don't get me wrong, we're all on the gaming floor together. So Julian is always within my eyesight. We work together, but we don't work together. So
Close proximity.
no.
I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, because like we could be in that same floor all night for 8 hours, come home, sit in the car. We have two very different stories to tell the night.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's possible, but I didn't think I could do it, but well, we did it, and it's worked.
Right, so I don't know how that's even ended. I don't know if that was a good ending or not. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching, because it's been a while, so I'm hoping this video is not too long. Thanks to Blabbermouth over here. So if you have liked today's video, please obviously give it a thumbs up, because by giving it a thumbs up you guys let me know what content you are liking, and therefore I can make more of it. And who did not like my guest star? As always, if you have liked what you have seen here today and would like to see more, please go down and hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell. That is it from us today. I will see you guys in the next video.
But say thank you, Julian, as well, for doing it.
Julian, you love this shit. I'm handing you
still have to-
stardom on a platter.
But you still have to say thank you to a person who you're bringing in.
Okay, thank you.
God, don't kill yourself, babe.